Hey guys, hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I want to ask you something. If you like the video, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button because it helps me out a lot. Anyway, today I saw a new team enter the CSGO esports scene and I wanted to talk about it. And I wanted to give my fullest opinions on it, and it's called OG. So OG will enter the CSGO esports scene led by Alex B. So, the OG, the organization known for winning back to Dota 2 International, is set to enter CSGO with a roster featuring the lines of LXP, XLXB, MBK, Valdi. It's basically a report saying that a new team is coming to CSGO, and I wanted to give my opinions on it. And there has been a long time rumored collaboration between NBK and Alex B, who are benched by Vitaly and ENS, basically not for sucking, but they're just basic stand-ins. They don't have that much potential as other players, but the duo has been seemingly decided to side with the two-time Dota 2 International winning organization over 100 Thieves. So if you don't know what 100 Thieves is, it's one of the best teams in Dota 2, who confirmed in July their plans to re-enter the game. And I wanted to seriously give my opinions on it, what I think about this team, and that's a topic I really like discussing. So joining the pair will be two other experienced players involved who recently stopped calling for North, and Isa Murad, who is currently benched by Hellraisers. So both players will be looking for a change of scenery after what has been so underwhelming of 2019. So basically these two players are playing pretty shit right now. They're absolutely terrible. They have no potential at all, but hopefully this team will change them. However, here's a few of my opinions why this team won't be performing so well as you think, so keep watching. So Alex B will be guiding another Finnish player in the new challenge, an 18-year-old known as Jumpy, who was playing, he's an SJ star and is widely regarded as one of the hottest prospects in Europe. So he's supposed to be one of the best players, which I don't really understand, and was recently featured in One for the Future series. So the report adds the international squad is set and competing in ESL Pro Tour as well as the Blast Premier, which is a huge championship for the CSGO market, and with slots for both 2020 circles already secured by OG. So what do I think of this lineup? What do I think of this team? What do I think of just their overall performance? And I have to say just let me set up this camera a bit. And I have to say I'm not very excited about this. Why? Because first they have MBK, who is French. Then they have a Swedish player, Alex B. And then they have a Norwegian player who is Valdi. And then they have a player who is from United States, who is basically from Asia, who is Isa. And I don't think they have enough of team play to actually make it worth to top tier 1 teams. And they're actually already playing against top tier 1 teams, which I don't think this team is gonna work out for more than 1 year, and especially considering how the Dota 2 teams are playing good, I think this team will be a tier 2 team. And why is that? It's because MBK and the ENS player were standing in a lot, so they didn't play exactly too well. They were just good stand-ins for the game, and that is what actually bothers me. Is these holy shit, my camera. These players don't actually have that much potential, but they create their own teams and try to get a lot of money with these, basic skills. However, do I think this team will perform well in these tournaments, especially in a huge tournament with, as Blast Premier when there's tier 1 teams? I don't think so. I don't think they have any kind of communication at all. I think they're gonna be performing pretty badly, and I do not suggest you betting on them. Why is that? Because it's a new team, and with all new esport teams, their communications on the start are terrible, and that's just the fact. So if you're gonna be betting on these teams, definitely do not do that, because that would be just disgusting. But MBK has been a pretty good player for Envious. However, he has fallen quite a bit, and LSB is a good player for ENS, don't get me wrong, but they don't they don't make the whole 5-team potential, and there isn't really much going on. Their prize pools that they have to win will be quite competitive. Playing against Fnatic, Astralis, Envious, every team as that is not gonna be easy for them, especially when they have some of the worst players such as Jambi, Isa, and Valdi's pretty much okay, but he's not that good. And what I think of that is basically they're not going to be either in top 10 or top 5 as people are talking about. There seems to be a lot of hype for these teams, especially because they're coming in from Dota or from League of Legends, and they just, put the watermark on them, put the teams on them. But in reality, these teams are pretty shit, to be honest. They have good players, but they have no communication, no coaches, no nothing. And then they come to these tournaments thinking they will win big just to lose in the, first matches and dropping out. So there's not even enough firepower, I think, except MBK, who can shoot pretty good. But this is gonna end seriously badly. And what I think of these is the Alex B is the most overrated player ever. And Alex B doesn't really play that good at all. He basically misses all of the shots. He has no team communication. So I don't know why they created this team. And if I would have to create a team, I would probably create some mix of Fnatic and ENCE, because that would be the best. And these players also have huge miscommunication issues because they're all from another country. So what this means basically is they will not perform very well, and they already ruined themselves by playing in the game lead, especially the MBK and Valdi, so they'll never actually get back in form. So all through there might not be shortage of ideas in this team. Firepower is still pretty bad in my opinion. So what I think is these new orgs are coming into CSGO not realizing. Just let me get this timer up a sec. So what's happening is these franchise leagues are coming into CSGO, such as EG, OG, and 100 Thieves are actually coming to CSGO, but their teams are actual shit. They don't know how to play in actuality. They don't have that much potential as you guys think, and these big teams like in League of Legends, who are winning tournaments left and right, or in Dota, that are big esports organizations, are actually terrible in CSGO. For example, let's say Fnatic in League of Legends, for example, is perfect, but then again in CSGO it's like a tier 2, tier 3 team, depends on the players, and that's what I really don't like about this scene. What I think is each of these organizations should either be the top or tier 2 or tier 3, all through its different players. So the last month the scene has been having a lot of issues with money as well, which I noticed, and Valve released a blog saying that they will not let franchise league orgs get a major. Do you know how terrible that is? That basically means, well, that every franchise league is fucked, and there's no joking about this, but it's really a question if ESL cares about a major at this point, because they're investing a lot of money into their pro tours and stuff like that. But it's basically just a ranking ladder system. So if you watch my videos, you know what I'm talking about. And if they're joining ESL pro tours, it's definitely pretty good. But this is kind of big organization, but it doesn't have a lot of sponsors, so I don't think it will succeed, in my honest opinion. I think it will just crash, or it will be performing as a tier 2 or 3 team. And that's what I really don't like about this. It has a lot of potential, but it just isn't there. It's just not gonna happen. And yeah, there's really nothing I can say about this. MBK, I'm sorry my friend, your time is over. And all of the other teammates, 3 of them are just absolute shit. One of them is probably good, but he's a stand-in for ENCE, like they're so terrible. But I definitely wish them a lot of luck, because I think they can make it. However, and I guess if you like this video, thank you so much for watching. I have another video up, so be sure to leave a like. This is Fatman signing out. Peace, guys.